everyone. Guess what? It is time to can. We're going to give you the 101. Claire Tansey is here. Educate us. Educate us.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. That is a good slogan.
There's a lot of good stuff here. We've got jam sessions, and we be jamming. You know, we've got a lot of wordplay. Yeah, a lot of good wordplay here.
Now, it's actually, people think of canning and they think of getting their jam together, and it's like, you know what? I'm just going to go to the store and buy my own. No. You can do this.
You can actually do this. I promise you can do this.
It's something that's doable. You just need to know sort of the process.
Kind of the basics. I actually think the pot is intimidating. Where do you even store a pot like this?
I'm scared. It's like a witch's cauldron.
In fact, it is. And when Halloween comes around, we will bob for apples in this.
There you go.
Or make a giant thing of cider. This is the pot that actually rarely lives in your kitchen. I stow it in the basement, put it in the garage. You kind of bring it out once a year, or if you're ever doing like a lobster boil, it's a good one. So this is where we're going to start. We're going to just start with some of the basics of what you need to get canning, because this stuff is easily available, and you can get it all at either the hardware store or the big box store, and it's not expensive.
No.
And then you have it, and you don't ever have to change it.
Yeah, you've got it for the whole year. I mean, it stores forever. You're freezing this stuff, right?
My parents are still using the same jam pan they've had for 48 years.
Right.
So it still works.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need a big canner. This is not the pot that you make the jam in.
Okay.
This is the pot that you do the preserving in. Okay.
That makes sense to me.
So that's the large one, and I always say if you're going to start canning, put the water on first.
Yeah.
This is full of water, and it's going to take forever to boil. So just get that started first, throw the lid on.
Okay.
Now you're going to have all kinds of fun things.
Well, this is cool. You're going to use a comb and a... What's that?
This is a magnetic stick.
Oh.
So the whole thing with preserving is that once you get the jam into the jars, you don't want to touch, you don't want anything, none of your foul, disgusting humanness to get anywhere near that jam.
Okay.
So the magnetic stick, so now these are the flat lids.
That is the first time I've seen that.
It's also good for if you ever have like a earring missing far away and you like need to like get in there.
Or something stuck up your nose that's magnetic.
Tracy, I feel like that's another segment. Nanny. Oh, Nanny.
Get it right out.
Terrible. No, look. So that's the flat metal lid.
So
and when
cool.
the jam goes on, that lid just goes there. See now, nobody's had to touch anything.
Right.
And then that's fine, you can touch that. And then the screw band goes on top.
Okay.
So that's your basic jar lid situation.
Yeah.
This is a Headspace Measure. It comes in every jamming kit. I never use it.
All right.
What is Headspace? Headspace is the amount of air between how much jam we put in there and the lid.
Got it.
So like that's an inch, that's 3/4 of an inch. I always eyeball it.
How much space are you supposed to leave?
You got to follow the recipe.
As a general rule of thumb. Okay.
So it's usually about half an inch, but it depends on every recipe. Now here's where we get serious, people.
All right, listen.
You got to follow the recipe. Now every other time I've said please follow the recipe, I've only been 95% telling the truth. This time I'm sorry, because I totally respect you if you want to like go crazy. With jamming, it's about food safety.
Right.
So don't think that you can add less sugar. Don't think you can boil it for less time. Don't think that you can use, mix up the ingredients. These are all really heavily tested, and because you want this, you're going to keep these at room temperature for like up to a year. So you want that stuff to be safe.
It's got to be done properly.
So now we've got that annoying stuff out of the way. Don't poison your family.
No.
Love your family.
Yeah.
And this is, maybe there are a few people who get the bad jar. No. This is the time of year when everything is in season. Have you been to the local markets?
Yes.
And it's like, and you go, and if you're like me, I just buy everything, and then I get it home, and I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble.
You got to eat it all
This is when you want to preserve stuff for the rest of the year.
Right.
So just to walk through the basics of how this works, we're going to make an easy plum jam.
Oh, let's do it.
The plums are in. Now, these are blue plums. The yellow plums are also in right now in Ontario for sure.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of them in the rest of the country. The great thing about plums, why they make a good jam, you don't have to peel them.
Oh, right.
That's
saving you a lot of time.
Peaches, you're going to have to peel those. And
Yes.
that can, bother you.
Yeah, that's annoying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So we've just cooked down some plums, and now we're going to get to our secret other friend. So this is pectin.
Yes.
Pectin, often confused with gelatin.
Different.
Not the same. Pectin is a natural product. It's made from like apple cores. You can even make your own if you want to go full DIY, but it's a very natural product, and if you don't use pectin, you have to cook your jam for longer, and so it doesn't taste as fresh.
Okay.
Okay, so use the pectin. It's super easy to use. Obviously, you get it everywhere. Check the expiration date.
Yep.
It looks like sugar. It is not. Do not try putting your finger in there and having a taste. You will not enjoy that.
It's not going to be good.
This, my friends, is the sugar.
Oh, is that the sugar?
That is the sugar.
I barely noticed it there.
All that
barely
lovely
find
white
it.
powder. I know. So why does jam take so much sugar?
Well, because it's sweet.
That's a very good answer. It was more of a rhetorical question. But yes, jam has sugar in it.
Yeah, it's sweet. It's a sweet thing.
And the sugar actually does a lot of the work of preserving the jam.
Right.
So if you were, say, going to make jam that you didn't want to put as much sugar into, think of freezer jam. So that's jam that you're going to store in the freezer. It's not going to go bad. It's a very different. You can look that up at chatelaine.com.
Yes.
We always have those sorts of recipes as well. This is old school canning.
Yeah.
So that sugar is important. And then the other important thing, can you believe I have arrived at City Line with this?
You brought some lemon juice with you.
You gotta use bottled lemon juice.
Bottled lemon juice,
Not
the real thing.
Not the real thing.
Okay.
So, because acidity level is really important, and this is the only way you can assure a standard acidity level.
I get that.
So in this plum jam, I like a little tiny bit of cardamom.
Oh, that's
Some
nice.
people make them, that makes them want to jump off a bridge. So don't do that if you don't like cardamom. But cardamom and pears is really nice together.
Yes.
And we put a little bit of lemon zest in there. Now, do I have enough time to throw this into a jar? I might not. I have 30 seconds, so I'll just chuck it into a jar.
Yeah.
Now you have your fabulous canning funnel. Wide on the bottom,
See,
wide
things
on the
are about to
top.
get fun. We're using a funnel.
Imagine.
My kids get excited about that stuff. Like, really?
Because-
Science.
Oh, I thought you meant because it's got the word fun in it.
No, not at all.
Anyway, this obviously would have cooked out a little more, but you see how this beautiful funnel does good work of getting everything in there in a very clean fashion.
Right.
And then we're going to preserve, once that's all closed up and lidded tight, you use these fabulous little canning tongs to get your closed jar and put it into your boiling water bath.
Okay.
Now,
super hot.
super hot. It's actually boiling. And you put it in there, got to be covered by 2 inches, and then you process it for the determined amount of time in the recipe.
The amount of time in the recipe, you must follow the recipe. There's no freestyling here.
No, but you can
have
still
to follow
have
the
fun.
rules.
You can still have fun. We'll have a lot more fun when we come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, once again, cityline.ca for all of that information. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the things kids say. I'm sure Thomas comes up with a lot of doozies.
Yeah, he asked somebody recently who was going to Mississauga on the train. He asked if that was his friend, Mrs. Saga.
It's a valid question.
No, Mr. and Mrs. Saga.
Are you going to go see Mrs. Saga?
I don't think so. I'm afraid of going west.
I love that, though. That's a whole other discussion.
I know.